We spent all day tearing down the bottom of the Bronco, wire wheeling the axle, cutting parts off that bad boy, and the Desolate Motorsports parts finally came in. But with that, I need to get suspension, and no better way than to start with the best in the game, come to King. So join me, let's hop in here and see what exactly is going to go on this Bronco so I can hit some serious jumps and get revenge on that goddamn Riverside track. Oh! We're joined here with the valve master, the shock master, Mr. Rodney. Nice to meet you, Mr. Rodney. So with you building this shock, I'm guessing this is a custom shock, correct?
It's a common shock, but it's custom valved for the Bronco. And that valving is specific for what Michael Cox wants for your Bronco. He's done enough of them that he knows the valving specs for the compression side and the valving specs for the rebound side that he specifically wants for his builds. Spring rates, valving, all of that.
You spend $60, you get a hat. You spend $80, you get a shirt. And if you spend $100, guess what? You get both in free shipping, so let's go! With these smoking deals, you might as well get them while they last.
Mr. Rodney, what are we getting into?
You got some 3.0 3-tube bypasses here. You have some coilovers here, 3.0 and 12-inch coilovers here that we're going to be putting together for your car. Let's get to the bypasses here. Here's a bypass. You have a 3-tube bypass. You can check that out really quick.
It's pretty sturdy. This gonna be able to hold up against what I'm gonna be doing?
Yeah, I hope so. It's got our name all over it.
Shoot, it's my last name too, you know. I kind of 1/10 of a 1/10 of a 1/10 a part of all of this, you know what I'm saying?
These are the check valves that go inside the bypass tubes here.
Okay. And are these the bypass tubes?
These are the bypass tubes. You have 2 compression tubes, 1 rebound tube. The check valves are the system that helps the oil bypass the piston. So it'll give you different ride zones as the oil, as your suspension's moving in and out. I am making sure the adjusters are tight here. Then I'm going to torque them down to 70 inch-pounds to make sure they don't come off. Now we're going to put on the reservoir here. This is your reservoir. This holds the nitrogen.
Do I have to refill those at some point, or they just stay pretty much full?
Depending on how hard you drive it, you can go anywhere from a couple hundred miles to a couple thousand miles, 10,000, 20,000, and depending on your driving style. First thing we're going to do is make sure that there's air pressure inside of here.
Okay.
And then we're going to fill it up with oil.
That's a lot of oil.
We're going to fill it up to there.
Okay.
All the tubes are filled up now. And now we have to get the air out of the other tubes. Put this cap on it. We're going to seal it. And then we're going to tip it over like this. As we tip it over, we're allowing air to escape out of some of the other tubes. And as they escape out of some of the other tubes, it's going to let it sit here for about 30 seconds. Okay. Give it a good little shake. Prop it back up. We're going to stick it in the vise. Take this off. And now all the air is out of the tubes, ready to be have the shaft put in it. We're going to reach back here. Here's your shaft for this. We're going to make sure everything's all assembled correctly. We got the correct valving here. We got a correct piston. Got the correct valving there. Got the spacer. Wrap it around the shock here. Catch anything that might seep out. And now we're going to install the shaft. As we install the shaft, we're going to take this opening here, put it on that side where there's no open tubes.
Okay. So
So we're gonna go like that, put it there, drop it in very gently. As you drop it in, you're gonna see that oil's coming across the top there. It's going through the piston, it's flowing through the piston. Just enough. So that when we put all this in here, all the air starts to escape and oil will start to come out of here. So there's no air in this chamber now. Take this little spacer, do that to it, All the while oil still seeping out. This now, we're gonna let all the air out of it. And now that we've let the air out of it, finish the final assembly, push the seal cap in, just like that. Once we get the seal cap in, we'll clean it up. And put the snap clip in, the groove, and finish the final assembly. That's one of your shocks. Boy. Here's your coilover.
Okay.
This is what's going to hold your car up. It works with the bypass.
Okay.
All this is to do is to hold the car up off the ground and the stance wherever it needs to be. This is a reservoir for that. Adjusters on this, so you'll be able to make a few adjustments with this. Dampening adjustments on the compression side. We're gonna put it with the hose facing out this way.
Okay.
Take a peek inside. Make sure there's nothing in there. Put this tool inside of here. Go ahead. And close it. All right. Now go ahead and unscrew that. We're gonna add a little drop of oil in here. Put this in here. Push that in there. Get it kind of straight. Shot of air to keep everything ready for assembly. Good. That's it.
I like how you swaddle it like a baby.
It is. It's your baby now. Passing this baby off to you.
And you as well. What's your last name, Mr. Rodney?
Yamasaki.
Yamasaki?
Yamasaki.
We call this Yamasaki King.
You're gonna take this, you're gonna put this in. As you're setting it in, you're gonna be very gentle and slow. You're gonna go another maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. Then we're gonna fill it up with more oil. So now you bring that gently, slowly, just as the O-ring right there. Start seeping oil. We're gonna catch all that oil. We're gonna unscrew this. Pull that up. Push this inside of here. Bring that down. Now you're gonna take the air deflator. We're gonna put that in there, deflate the air. Now you're going to put the clip in it.
There you go.
Blow it out, get the rest of the oil out of here. Go ahead and screw this down onto there. You're gonna compress it now.
With my hands?
Yeah, with your hands. Just like that.
Oh, this is for real now.
Now we're gonna compress this spring just enough to get the spring plate on.
Ooh, can you hurt yourself if you don't do this the right way?
Correct.
I've seen people use these with a bunch of zip ties.
So the object of this is to get them both even and put it in there without sticking your fingers in a pinching zone. Always take your spring plate, put it on a flat spot here, the opening. Never leave it on a spot like this. Let's see, like that. That is ready to go in your car.
We got everything assembled, the front coilover, these are rear shocks, and I'm speechless. I've always seen these products on trucks at King of Hammers and other off-road events. Now to meet the man who actually makes the race applications for the trucks we've seen, the Eisenhowers, Michael Cox and other people, and now to have these, thank you, Mr. Rodney.
You're welcome.
Let's go have some more fun. It's another beautiful day. We're working on the Bronco. We got to degrease the Bronco, then wash it off, wire wheel it, just like we did with this badass axle right here. And I've learned my lesson. I brought pants today, the #1 enemy of me, and also Mr. Daniel is going to be doing some stuff. Mr. Chance is going to be doing some stuff. I wish I could sit here and talk to you forever, but we got a lot of work to do. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see, it's already taken off most of it. We're gonna put the product to the test.
We installed these leaf spring mounts here, and then we have a mock-up leaf spring, so that way when we put the rear end back in, we can fully bump it out, fully droop it out, make sure everything clears and land our shock mounts. Chances installing the sway bar here, so getting some of that going. And then we also took out the front fenders, the inner fenders, so that way we can land the shock towers, get that kind of going, placed up in there. Kind of got to move some stuff up here, pull the old filter out. Paint came out nice.
These are the sway bar arms for the sway bar link, and that little cross tube that we put on there. The spline in, lock it in, connects to your leaf spring perch.
Thank you. 100%. Yes, please.
So we cut off all those mounts. We got new ones from Desolate. This will be our new leaf spring perch. Once we get up into the area, bumping up into the frame, this is a bump pad that we'll use. We're just using factory rubber mounts. We're not putting any hydraulic on this truck, so we'll just use those. And then we have new shock mounts.
Excellent.
They should work. Sometimes they crash right around here into the shock body, so we just got to bump it out and really see how bad that is, if at all. So it's already crashing into this tube. So like when I try to get it to land on the housing, it's gonna crash. So like if it were to go full bump like it is now, we would have interference. It's not a big deal. We'll probably just have to make different shock mounts. So pretty much go from this, and we're just gonna narrow this thing. So instead of mounting previously here or out on the outside, we'll be on the inside board of this tube where before it was crashing. Now it's gonna clear. So we just need to order up some more shock mounts like this.
All right, we got a lot done today. Pressure washed, wire wheeled, and alloyed armored the whole frame. Then the boys came back in here, Chance and Daniel. They had to cut the exhaust off. As you can see, this beautiful King shock that Mr. Rodney and myself assembled would get in the way of that, so we have to move around that.
We basically set everything up, had the rear end installed with our new brackets, leaf spring, mock-up, so that way we could just cycle everything and then ready to keep moving on.
Brand new day, same old Bronco. We knocked out a bunch of stuff yesterday. Mr. Cox and his elite team of coxsicles.
Cool. We're gonna install these new radius arm mounts. They get bolted on here. Desolate lets you know they go on this front hole here. And then we'll have to drill out new holes on the side of each side. And then we'll hang our radius mounts right here.
This is a passenger beam we're installing. It's a little tight, so we're just gonna get it in place there.
There you go.
Can you tap with the hammer?
All right, so I got one brake caliper done, one upright done. So I have another brake caliper, I have another upright, and the axle. So you can see if people are like, why does it still look dirty? This is how it looks. That's how it looks. There's a bunch of shit on there, and this is how it looks when it's done. It's just dust, you see? It's just the rust dust on there. So I'm gonna hit it with some Busta Grimes brake cleaner and then wipe it down, then go over these with some alloy armor, and I damn near have a brand new truck. There's no sense in replacing these if they're still good. I sanded down everything. They told me I sanded it too good. Yeah, let me just get to painting. Y'all already know. You ready? You ready? About to Bob Ross this.
Hey, Mike told me to tell you to get back to work.
Get back to work. We're getting ready to paint the engine cage. This side bolts up to the driver side of the frame rail, locates off the gearbox. Some of these spots are hard to get once it's in the truck, so we paint majority of it, bolt it on the truck, and then we're able to weld these sections to the actual frame.
So I've been relentlessly sanding all these rusty parts, and I come back and the boys have put this. I was like, yo, I've only seen this on real trucks. So to explain, usually it's like the stock shocks with the spring, but got rid of all that. Now the shock that we built at King will go from here to there, and I don't have a front sway bar anymore. So which that means is like all the truck when it does the all that, it is going to do that. But I like have not looked at this since I've been sanding. And
Yeah. So we'll pull this guy out, chance will clearance it, pressure washers, get it cleaned up, and we'll install it.
All right, I spent all day on these uprights, these knuckles, and these axle joints, sanding them down, hit them with the brake clean, then I hit them with that alloy armor, and then these boys did the magnificent job that they do best.
Waiting on leaf springs. They should be coming today. We'll have them wrapped up by Monday once we get the parts, and then the day we'll be able to assemble the whole rear end, get that taken care of. Got the front end pretty much prepped and set up for welding, and then also we're getting more parts, the ball joints, the bearings, U-joints, all that stuff's going to be able to be assembled on Monday.
Then we'll be able to cycle front shocks and everything,
Set up
front
bump
suspension,
stops.
set up bump stops, and get the front going. So it's been fun and it's been real, but it hasn't been real fun.
No, I keep getting yelled at. Get back to work. Get back to work. Get back to work.
Get back to work!
How you know how much do I got to breathe in until you can't breathe no more?
You did a great job.
Thank you. I
Killed it.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
parts look great.
You did a good job. You goddamn good job. You goddamn good goddamn.